Hey everyone, so I really wanted to talk to you today about one of my all-time favorite applications, and that is Photo Lemur. I'm going to be talking about this non-biasedly because I've purchased this with my own money. This is not a review piece of software. This is not something that was sent to me for free by Photo Lemur. This is something I paid for. So I use Photo Lemur software for the trial version, and I actually really like it because I'm just going to show you sort of how easy it is to use this software. So once you've got it open, and the cool thing is this works on both Mac and PC, once you've got it open, you can open an image. So I am going to just choose an image or two from a recent trip that I took to Paris, France, and I'm going to show you the drastic differences that Photo Lemur creates within just a matter of seconds, really. So I'm going to choose some of my favorite photos that I thought were my favorite, but really, when I put them into Photo Lemur, I realized how drab they were for the photos themselves. So I've got three. I'm going to choose one more just to give you a couple of examples. And it takes just a second to pull them into the software. But now, once you've got them into the software, you just click the image. It takes a few seconds. I'd say most of them are done within a matter of 15 to 30 seconds. And then you get this really cool before and after. Now, I love the slider because this is something I enjoy about seeing photos that are edited online, and now I get to do it with my own photos. So here's the before. As you can see, it's a very basic photo. These were not taken in RAW files, so they are just JPEG, I would say, whatever the camera took on automatic settings. So this is the before, and this is the after. You can see how drastically it's changed. It brings out a whole lot of definition, especially up here in the clouds. It makes the details, the small details, are a whole lot more noticeable. So it really sharpens everything, and also the color grading is really good. I can see the highlights down here in the trees, and it just makes the image a lot more pleasing to the eye. Now, say you're not a fan of this. Say that it's just too much editing for you. All you have to do is click the paintbrush, and you can easily adjust the level of edits. So I find that I don't always have them to the full or to the max extent. I usually do them about 75% of the way with Photo Lemur, but to me, that looks like an awesome photo. Let's move on to the next one. So with this next one, what you're going to notice with the before is that the sky itself looks okay, but there's nothing quite special about the color with the bushes down here and the Eiffel Tower itself. Doesn't really stand out. This doesn't scream, I went to the Eiffel Tower. So that's the before. And this is the after. You can see just how drastic that is. Now, I personally love the punchy colors, the greens, the blues, but again, you can adjust that to how much you'd like. And one of the coolest new things that Photo Lemur has added are styles. These are kind of like Instagram filters, but you just pick the one that you'd like. Takes a few seconds to analyze it, improve things, and then you get this really cool filter. To me, the filters are really cool when you go on a trip somewhere because it just really adds that bit of character, an extra bit of character to the photos. But my favorite one, oddly enough, is mono because it turns it into monochrome. So you get this really beautiful black and white photo instantly. And they do a really good job with it. So I'm going to leave that one in black and white. Just really like it. Now this next photo, it is at Versailles, and the sky again is just okay. I feel like I'm losing a lot of detail and a lot of color in this because when I was there, I remember it being so much more vibrant than the picture. So when I showed these pictures, it's like, it looks great, but I feel like it's missing something. So, wow, just by sliding this over, you can see how fantastic the edits are and how just seamless it really goes with the image. It's not trying to make the highlights too bright or the darks too dark. It's really just trying to bring out all of the detail in the photo that you wouldn't notice before. I don't pay any attention to the posters that were back on the signs there until I do the edit, and now they stand out. Again, if you don't like it to have that so much of that that color, then you can definitely dial it down a bit. I think it gives it sort of a Samsung Galaxy look is what I call it, because when I had a Galaxy phone, I noticed that all my photos sort of turned out just really vibrant versus my iPhone currently, which is more like this. But if you're wanting something that stands out a bit more, You don't have to do this with every photo, but if you want to, that's fine. But I personally think this software is fantastic. Now we're going to try one that I thought looked great to begin with. It's Sacré-Cœur, and it is in Montmartre. It is a fantastic place to visit, but as you can see, this doesn't really do justice to the cathedral. So once I drag the edit over, you definitely get a lot more definition. Each of the tiles sort of stand out. And the sky, it does something beautiful and brilliant to the sky. So fantastic little piece of software. It's easy to use, but I'm going to show you one other feature before I go that they just added to this version here, and that is when you take a photo of a person. Now, when you take a photo of a person, it's obviously going to really pull out a lot of the detail, a lot of the sharpness. Very quick edit there, but it has another cool feature. If you click the paintbrush, you can do face enhancement, which actively looks for a face. And as you can see, it sort of, in some places, it smooths over. I was very, very tired in this picture after no sleep for almost 24 hours. As you can see, I'm exhausted, but it smooths my face over and makes it look like I'm a little bit more rested than I actually was. So if you're the type of person who loves to do some edits when it comes to the face, this is also the software for you. So very simple software to use, as you can see, very easy to control, doesn't take a lot of learning to get used to this, not a big learning curve. So what I recommend doing, and again, I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them in any way, but what I recommend doing is just downloading the demo of Photo Lemur. And then if you really like the software, you can try it out with your photos. But when you go to export your photos, it'll have like their logo over top of it, their copyright. So when you try out the software, if you really feel like you're enjoying it and you like it, that's the time to buy it. But I definitely recommend at least giving it a shot, because I find that it does wonders with very few steps. Again, it's free software to download to test out. And it's not that expensive compared to Photoshop and other software. Of course, you don't have as much control as you would with like Photoshop. But I think this is a great solution for people who are just wanting a quick, brilliant looking edit, and you're not wanting to spend a fortune to do that. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I'd love to see you in future videos and hear from you guys. And be sure to hit that notification icon so that you don't miss a video. And I'll see you guys later.